Hello, dear subscribers. Today, I want to share with you about the most exciting Kazakh comedy called Vacation in Thailand. The plot takes place at a university where students are taking an exam. All the subjects pass the exam, except one, who offers a bribe to his teacher, but an honest teacher gives the student a failure. At the end of the exam, his friends meet him, despite failing the exam. They go to Thailand for vacation. At the airport they are checked, and one of them becomes suspicious. They begin to carefully check him. A young couple, in love and indignant, quarrels because Irma cannot go with her to Thailand. And Rhea has been waiting for this vacation for 3 whole months, spending this time on a diet. Friends' names are Saya, Saba, Zita, and Greta. The action takes place when a guy named Davrin runs away from a gang of criminals. Their car suddenly collides with another car, and they are knocked unconscious. Davrin approaches them and steals the weed. To make amends, Irma hires musicians and, taking flowers, runs to his beloved to propose to her, but he is late, as the plane flies to Thailand. A friend reassures Rhea and claims that distance will only strengthen their relationship. We then see one woman sitting next to a healer, and he performs a love spell with water to make all her wishes come true. Davrin himself is a student living in a student dormitory, where he also brought weed. A teacher named Aska Tagai, his wife and 2 children live in one of the rooms of the student dormitory. She is a woman who consulted a healer. Since it is a one-room dormitory, the couple often quarrel over their son's lack of toys, and because they are cramped, and have nowhere for the children to play when their father works. At the moment, the gang leader, nicknamed the botanist, asks why Davrin was not caught, and learns that he stole goods from them. Sitting on the stairs, Davrin and Irmak are talking when the offended wife of Askatagai leaves with her children to see her mother. Seeing that the woman has left, Davrin and Irmak decide to steal food from them and cook. Askatagai catches them at the crime scene and forces them to come to him to prepare dinner. Askatagai pours cognac. Davrin invites them to relax, since both their lovers have left. After which he brings a hookah with weed. They smoke hookah. Askatagai asks him to say a toast. Davrin asks Irmak to give him water, and Irmak gives him the well-read water. Davrin raises his glass and expresses the wish that his wife, Askatagai, returns today, and wishes Irmak an easy trip to Thailand. As he goes to the toilet, suddenly the phone rang. It was the botanist. At that moment, out of anger, Davrin wished him to turn into a woman. He also wished himself many good things. The gang finds out the whereabouts of Davrin, and when they are talking on the phone with the botanist, suddenly the botanist appears with a woman's breasts. The 3 begin to experience a pleasant sensation. They begin to hallucinate. Irmak, sitting on the toilet, suddenly sees a coconut falling on his head, after which the wall disappears, and he finds himself in Thailand. Then a monkey peeks out from the restroom. The rest, considering this to be the result of drug influence, begin to scold Davrin and claim that he slipped them something. Davrin suggests going out into the fresh air so that the hallucinations disappear. On the balcony, they see a gang driving up to their dorm in a car. Davrin ordered the doors to be closed and silence as both bandits began to rise and look for him. Suddenly a snake appears and everyone starts screaming in fear. After smashing the door, the gang discovers weed, which appeared as a result of Davrin's desire. 3 people scream in fear because of the snake, and the gang, hearing the screams, realize that Davrin is in the other room. They all run through the toilet into Thailand. The gang turns to their leader, botanist, and explains that there are crabs and octopuses in his room, and palm trees and sand in his toilet. The botanist realizes that Davrin is to blame for his breasts and orders him to be found. The 3, who do not understand anything, think that these are glitches, and that it will pass now and that they can touch the girls. However, Askatagai receives a slap on the head for trying to act. The gang follows them to Thailand, and they get hot. They notice 2 tourists and take their clothes. Askatagai remembers how his wife brought water with recitations. Askatagai wants to return home, and Davrin explains that life is short and you need to enjoy every moment. He says that with a teacher's salary, he will never be able to afford a trip to Thailand. While Irmak's girlfriend is here in Thailand, they begin to enjoy complete relaxation. Davrin also recalls his other wishes, including how he wanted it to always be summer in his area, as well as his desire for a nudist beach. The young people are relaxing on the yacht, but suddenly they see that fire is hitting all the firecrackers. And they begin to jump out of the yacht. Their yacht explodes and they sail to the island. When they swim to the island, they discover that they have no bathing suits and think that the piranhas have eaten their clothes. But in fact, they have swam to a nudist beach. The young people remain in the water and send one to find them clothes. The guy brought fishing gear, and they used it as clothing. Davrin, Ermic, and Axatagai go to look for the door. They come across a gang. A fight breaks out between them, and they run away. Davrin runs into the door and wishes the gang to leave them behind. Davrin faints. The police find the gang. The guys on the island are preparing a place to sleep. In the morning, Ermic woke up on the beach where Axatagai was swimming. Ermic and Axatagai are chatting on the beach and think that Davrin has cheated them. Davrin comes to his senses, and while watching a TV show, he hears that if raccoons get into trouble, they don't abandon their friends. Davrin's conscience began to play. Davrin pours the well-read water and makes a wish. We see Davrin arriving on a boat and saying that they will go to save Rhea. The friends ride on a boat and approach the island, and Davrin gives Ermic a ring intended for Rhea. On the island, Ermic proposes to Rhea and declares that he is ready to swim across the entire ocean for her. And this is where the real turn of events begins. Everyone walks through the door and wants to make a wish, but there is only room for one wish. Axatagai expresses a desire for his wife to return, and for them to be able to get an apartment. Saya aspires to become a fashion designer and start her own clothing brand. The lovers dream of a luxurious wedding. One of them wants to buy a Bentley car. And Zita and Jita are aiming to shoot a music video. As dreams come true, you begin to wonder what Davrin wished for. Although the water was intended for only one wish, Davrin was a smart guy and made his choice. We see how dreams came true. Saya released her collection. A beautiful wedding took place. A guy drives up in a black Bentley with a bouquet in his hands to congratulate Axatagai on his housewarming. And Zita and Jita starred in their video on the island. The gang serves their sentence by working as rescuers. But what did Davrin wish for? We see a girl enter him. It turns out that it was the botanist who was following Davrin's orders. It was he who bought Askat's apartment, bought a Bentley, opened a modeling agency, and all this in order to regain his male body. The film ends here.